like to talk about realization, sounds, at the cellular level. If you allow me to explain something from a different point of view, and just go with. I want you to feel your cells in your body with love, memory. Now, if you could explain love, how would you explain it? If you could give a description, what would it be? What would love be from you? What would it? You could say you love something. You could say you love someone. But say that you were gravity and you love someone, just meant that you had this pull on this someone going around you. Every day it goes around you because you have this love for someone. Now that one which is getting pulled around you is pulled by you. That simply means that gravity is a love for the physical. You love yourself and you love that thing, person, being with you. But you've got it on a rope, you've got it on a gravity. You love someone. If I said define love again without saying you love something or someone, which means in turn of loving yourself, how would you describe what love is? There's no trick answer. Love is simply is. Love is an unconditional love of giving. This universe is a charity of love, and it gives all the time, and it asks for nothing. That's how much patience it's got. So if you could look at a map, and in it is you, right bang in the middle of that map. And you could draw little dots on it of all the beings and all the animals, of all the creations that you love. One of them passes away. What's still on that map? The giving of the Father, the environment, which doesn't stop. So all the different organisms, which is us, come and go. But the environment keeps on going, and it keeps on creating people, beings, animals, fruit, with patience. Now on this map that you've created, you have paths. And you've got many different paths to choose. But see what I'm saying? Sorry. The patience of love, of knowing that eventually you're going to choose the right path. Because you choose that path because you love that feeling. And it could be you love being a robber. You love feeling like that. These are all oneself's feelings and thoughts. So you would walk up the path and you love football because how it feels. You love sports. So you start walking down a path on your map. And in this path there's other beings who love similar aspects of what you love. So then you start to reflect your environment of what you love. Then you might grow up with these teens. You might have relationships with these teens. And you love the feeling. And don't forget, there's hatred on the way. There's hatred that follows that path. Denial. Anger. Aggression. Because, see, the body, in its turn, loves certain environments, loves the buzz of it. It wants to relive it. So it looks for fixes. It was buzzing. So then you're on this path, you're going along, and then you're reflecting other people into your life, and you're projecting these other people that come into your life, which fulfills you to a certain point. But that other person who comes into your life, or that other being, or that other animal, that's a different idea of life. It's on its own path. So what would happen is you'd have a teacher or a class here now. Because simply when this person disappears out of your life, or being, or animal, your path changes. And this is where the anger comes in. And this is where this frustration starts coming in. It's called a lack of awareness. Your body doesn't know what's going on. Because remember, the body loves itself. It loves the environment it's in. It thrives in this environment. But you're still not seeing the bigger picture. See, with this map in your hand, there is a way home. And to do that, we have to open up all the doors. And we have to reveal what's deep inside of your core. And we have to shine light on it and express it. Okay? Because the body, like I said, loves its environment. It loves certain things. It likes certain foods. It loves certain people. But when these things are taken away, the body then retaliates. It bounces back. It pushes back. And it tries to drive you to go into another situation where you're able to get that same fix. So you're on this path, and your food gets taken away. This friend that you had used to cook this certain food, and now you're no more friends. First, their choice. It was their choice to go. Well, they got their own path. See, I am going to make this complicated for you to understand or understand. I do. You're ready to understand it in this way because, like, I tried to code it in a way that you can understand it, but, like, I just want to go with it this time. So, blood, water. Water can't be stagnant. The body will start to self-destruct itself if the body becomes stagnant. So then, to be on this path, it's almost like you walk along and shit happens to you and it's hard to deal with. But now we're going to highlight what you truly love. And you are relying on that person to fulfill your love. But you love yourself. Because to love that person, or that being, or that animal, or that food, to love that, and then it gets taken away from you, is because you love it to be yours. You magnetize it to you. You drawed it in, to your map. You had the rope on, and you wanted to control your environment. But if you're controlling your environment, you will find the other person, being, food, whatever it is, you will find that won't serve your purpose anymore, because it will turn into a still pond. And if it starts to go into a still pond, it wants to then self-destruct, because we are like water. We flow exactly the same as water. You put a crowd of people, you put one entrance in to a big arena, we will flow exactly like water. That's why they put breakers in between crowds, so that you would flow like water, so you can get individual people going in at the same time, because you make it flow better. That's how you make it flow. So if you have someone stagnant in your life that you're holding on to because you don't know how you're going to feel if you let go of that person, it's because you love yourself. This map that you have in your hand is that the reason why you have to go through these processes is to open up the doors in your cells at a cellular level, to let the Christ consciousness go inside of oneself, to realize the obsolete, that you are love, and you give love, the same as the universe gives love. It's not about loving one or two or everyone because you want them in your world. It's the art of giving and not asking for a return. That is how you vibrate in this world. You vibrate to a level of loving, giving, simply giving. A mother will always love, and a father will always love their child more than the child loves them. Fact. Because it's the art of giving. Parent will simply give. It will just give unconditionally. Give. The universe unconditionally gives you abundance of love. You turn your back on it. You turn your back on them. That love that's always given to you. So now, summarize love. It's an art. It's a form of charity. It's vibrating to a level which can maintain its vibration. Aware that the body loves food. Aware the body likes and loves feelings. The body, do you hear? The body loves that. But the being inside loves to use the body to give, to teach, to pass the information on. That's why you get these great peoples explaining about the truth. Now, I'm going to go deeper. You've got to come with me. Now, I want you to go and watch Nadia. This is the best way for me to explain it. It seems to be the simplest way for people to get what I'm saying. Go and watch Nadia. And You probably know what I'm going to say. But any film that you see where they're fighting with their swords and their shields and their armor are literally cells in your body. These are all cells trying to dominate the space inside of you. So each one represents something different inside of you. Yeah? So you have the lion, the godlike particle inside of yourself. Right? So whenever you choose to come into this form of Earth, Gaia, you decide to take that physical step, every single one of you, demons, angels, godlike, whatever it is, whatever you think you are, which parts of the galaxy you're from, there is a program running inside of you, and that you cannot debunk it. You just simply cannot debunk it. It's always there. You cannot exist here without this program. And the program is the Leo, is the lion, is the love of giving. You have to exist and align with that for you to exist here. Every single one of you. This is how much patience he's got. It don't matter how bad you are, how horrible you are in your past life. It does not matter. You have your own map. And when you're able to cut your ties on all these cells inside of your body, which have been destroying you, and you're able to cut them down and wash them through, you're able then to create the cells which are left behind and reprogram them for a better future. So let's talk about the fight in Narnia. You have two armies fighting with a sword. What is a sword? The sword is the will. It's the man. It's the word of man. It's the word of God. It's your will. It pierces the cell. But if your cell is strong enough, you are given a shield. So like if you have one man who's been told by his king to go and fight another person, he's been programmed. His cells are going to follow the leadership of the supercell, and the supercell is the king. The supercell is the queen and king. The queen wants to dominate. King wants to throw everything, all of his armies, work his armies to go and colonize. The women aren't going to fight, no, because they're going to create more men to go and fight. But the women, generally speaking, are the round part of the cell, and inside the cell is where the fight's going on, and it's all about the words, which is the female, emotionally driven people. Okay, so the sword is the will, the shield is the female. So the shield is the armor, so it's the egg on the outside, and in the cell is the intelligence. Right, but you can get dancers dancing if you teach them at a young age. You can get them doing really good dances. Yeah, and then as they grow up, they start teaching the next generation, and the next generation, next generation. So that same dance to that music carries on for generations, because you've created light in their cells with the will of that dance to make them dance like that, so then everyone can dance. So the spirit of that dance continues through all the different generations. This is the supercell. It's the cells in your body. When you're learning something, you're tapping into your cells. You're seeing if you've done it in your past lives. Some of them have done it in their past lives, and they've been amazing in their past lives. They could be an amazing singer. They were amazing. And what they've done, they've tapped back into that. And they're amazing again. Even better. So you have an army. One getting taught from the supercell here, and one getting taught from the supercell here. King, queen, and now they're going to go to war. They're going to go and try to take over the temple. The temple is you. The temple is you. They want to take the space which lives inside of you. So, they go and fight. And it's your will versus their will. Your sword versus their sword. Now, they don't want to kill everyone. They just want to be able to dominate the fight. Because what they want to do is colonize. So they want to be able to retrain these people and take on the space. And put in their protocols, which has worked for them, into the new area that they've just conquered. But all they're doing is trying to take space. Then you'd say, well, what's Leo then? Well, what was the lion all about then? Well, the lion is the heart. It's the love. It's the voice of God. You've all got it. That is the Christ consciousness. He comes in there just like Superman. Just talks with just. Talks to the cell. So like inside of you have a war going on. Some of you have a war going on. Love and hate. What is love and what is hate? What is it? But inside of there, in this nucleus, right in the middle, where you actually come from when you existed, where you were before, because you all started at the same place, we all did, in there, hardwired, is Christ consciousness. And when you pick up your map and you start walking around, the idea is to unlock different levels of yourself, to find this Christ awareness, because it's always talking to you, and it's always there, and it's got so much patience for you to make mistakes, and it doesn't judge you, because it is just pure. It just wants you to recognize hope. It wants you to recognize your true highest form. It just wants you to recognize it, because once you recognize it, you will go with it, and you will flow. You won't become a lake. You won't control your environment. You won't control others. You will literally get it. You will just be, and you will go with the Tao. Every day you won't control stuff. So, the lion comes in, and when he talks to his cells, which lives in you. Jesus Christ, the Christ, will talk to his cells which live in you. He will look into your eyes, face to face with the Christ, and he will talk to himself inside of you, because they exist in you. And if you've done enough work, just one couple of words of he says, and the feeling that you feel, one or two little sentences he could say to you, he could literally unlock you, because the cells will take back their space, the Christ cells. They would, all the lights would just go donk, 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 and then they'd be all lit up. You'd vibrate to a certain level. It's an incredible feeling when you have a different way of seeing things. It opens you up. For the small-minded, literally gets unlocked and unveiled, you see the whole universe. Everything's about creating space. Everything's trying to take over everything else. But when you step back and listen to the Christ consciousness which is inside of you, you will realize it's all for a reason. People are saying, right, that the second coming. Well, what if Christ didn't exist the way that you think he exists in a physical form? What if the 12 disciples were actually all supercells inside of your body? What if Christ, God made us in his own image? What what if he means by that is that you are a cell, and inside of you is all the organs inside of you, and you're able, with your hands, with all these organs working on their own way, with the Christ consciousness inside, you're able to create your own environment of giving. What if it was all about cells of the body? Because you come from a portal into a physical realm. So you've come from a portal, you come into the heart, you start developing your heart as you were born, and then everything else develops after that. Well, for the heart to exist, there must be a consciousness of the heart's energy. And then after the heart is developed, then the heart then pushes all the blood to all the different organs to create them. So them organs must exist here too. You are created in God's image. Right. You are God then. You are literally God, because you can create an environment which has already been created for you to exist in, but you can now create it physically here. So what if it was all about you helping others out? So like when you're in your relationship, don't point out the bad stuff about the person. The person's had the map since they were born. They know their flaws. What about looking in the good? What about what Christ does when he looks right through your eyes and he talks directly to the Christ consciousness? Because your gifts that you've got, everyone's got different gifts. Everyone. Because all your cells have all the remembrance of your past lives. But you've all got gifts, different gifts. What if you looked someone in the eye, like Christ, and you spoke to their Christ and said, I recognize you, Christ. You are an amazing singer. You are an amazing mum. I see what you sacrifice. I see what you give. Don't forget, the body loves itself. Yeah? The body loves itself. So you can create the environment for the body to love. It's got all these ties hanging on because the body loves the environment. But I ain't talking to the body. I'm talking to the being inside, the watcher, the observer. I'm going to go, hey, it's a show. It's a show. But I know who you are. I can see it directly in your eye who you are. I've only had to spend 10 minutes with you, and you're a lovely being. You're lovely. I see your qualities instantly. You're so intelligent. You're so rewarding. You've got abundance of love. You're such a kind character. Yeah. How do you think that person's going to feel? How do you think they're going to feel? Feel amazing. You're going to feel amazing. So, we understand there's two things going on. You've got a map. Your body likes certain love. It loves sex, it loves drugs, it likes alcohol, it loves food, it loves relationships, it loves the down parts of the relationship, it loves to control, it loves fish, it loves meat. You don't love fish, you don't love meat. Your body loves it. Because if you love fish, meat, relationships, you let them go. You let them go. If you know you're trying to control someone, or you're trying to, I love fish and chips. Body loves it. Your body's telling you it loves it. Like when people say, oh, I can't get over my meat. I love my meat. The body's saying that. The body's saying it. The body's saying it. Even if I say I love my fruit, the body's saying it. The body's saying I love the fruit. The body. It's all about what you can't see. The love given. The echo when you die. When you pass away, the echo that you leave behind. I could get to a certain point on my map and get close to home. But damn, I enjoyed the journey. I was here. I experienced everything. And then I leave the map here for anyone else to follow. They get to a certain point, they might go past me, but at least I left a map. At least my echo carried on. The thing that you never heard or see or physically. But if I do it, they can hear it. There's something there for them to follow. Because when they start wandering, there's something there. It wasn't a quick one today. I just wanted to talk to you about a deeper meaning of this soul inside that lives inside of you. Just a deeper understanding of this super soul, which we all have hardwired inside of us. Hardwired. And it's the love of giving. Your body does it to you all the time. It just gives you. And the body is the last thing you see it from. The last physical thing you see it from of giving is on your body. Because it started from the heart. It comes from counter space into you. Consistently given into you. I hope it wasn't too complicated. I hope you could pick up your map. I hope you can pick up your sword of your will and to tell people they're amazing, of who they are. Anyway, pick up that shield, pick up your armor, and be